What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be jumping into another Reddit thread. How to spend an additional $100,000 budget. I've been given $100K for marketing and enrollment efforts to increase the size of next year's class at a modestly resourced, small liberal arts college. It can't go towards headcount. How would you spend this, ideally in a way that's measurable? Digital advertising, overhaul of marketing materials, investing in video and B-roll and high-quality photography. They don't have an in-house photographer or videographer. Those all come to mind, but I'd love to hear what others think. Thanks. So this is pretty solid. There is a budget there, which is nice to hear. It's 100,000, which is pretty good. I would say, honestly, where you started is a pretty good idea. So an overhaul of marketing materials and investing in video and B-roll, photography, that stuff. One thing that a lot of people don't think about is the actual marketing materials. So I'm glad that you mentioned that here. For those of you who don't know what marketing material is, it's going to be things like your case studies, fully built out testimonials, literature, pamphlets, even landing pages to a certain extent can be part of those marketing materials. And remember, you're attracting students or their parents. With those marketing materials, you also want to make sure that they're consistent. So if you have a bunch of marketing materials that look differently, maybe spend some of that money and get a graphic designer to overhaul those marketing materials, give them the same header, make sure they all use the same fonts, make sure that the language all speaks the same. You're probably going to be getting materials from different places and then piecing those together. So you might have a good starting point to invest in updating all those marketing materials, not only for design, but then consistency and language and all those other things that you guys want to be known for at the college. The fact that you mentioned B-roll, video, photography, and the fact that you mentioned that you don't have an in-house videographer or photographer, I would definitely put that high up on the list if you don't have those roles filled internally. Video and photo can get very expensive very quickly. So I think if you are going to pay someone to do that, you should reserve some cash, and then you're also going to need people to be in those videos and photos. So whether you have to find students, find actors, whatever you need to do, there's going to be more than just hiring a videographer or a photographer, especially if you want to give them a goal or a direction to go in. You start in some really, really good spots. I'm kind of confused. You said it can't go toward headcount, but a couple other strategies that you might consider if you're not doing it. If you guys run summer classes, you can do specific campaigns on search, display, socials for sure, on the different programs that you guys have during summer. Anyone that goes to a college farther away, if they come home for the holidays, I'm sure there's some type of certification program that you can get them into for 3 to 4 weeks. To take that one step further though, those students are going to be the go-getters. They're going to be the overachievers, if you will. So you don't necessarily just want to advertise to college students. You want to make sure that those audiences, those personas that you put together of the students that are going to be here for a limited time are spoken to in a way that makes them want to come to your school and makes them want to continue their education when they're supposed to be on vacation. So there's a couple things to wrestle with there, but it's certainly doable. So that's a couple things that I would do. I mean, if you can increase headcount, if you can go for the size of next year's class, another strategy that you could look into are students that were stopouts. If they had been going to the school before, you have all their contact information. You can create a custom campaign for those students and reach back out to them and say, hey, we know that you went to school here last year, 2 years ago. I hope you had a good year off. Why don't you come back, take a few more classes? Here's a discount for them. Here's the courses that you'd fall in line to. When you do come back, let us know what you think. Reaching back out to students that took a few classes with you or completed a few years with you is another way that you can use some of those extra marketing dollars to reach out towards some of those students. Any kind of video or any kind of photos that you guys shoot with the intention of putting out shorter form content. You really want to make sure that you're in these kids' algorithms and that when they're scrolling through, they see you. You know, if there's a graduation coming up, film it and then make a bunch of shorts of kids walking across the stage, shaking hands, smiling, throwing caps, whatever it is. But use the events at the college to create the content for the college. And then that you can hire your videographer, your social media person, whoever it might be, to record those specific moments that are going to attract a new generation of students. So 100,000 is a lot. It's also not a lot, and you'd want to be real strategic about what you're actually going to be putting it towards. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think an overhaul of marketing materials, hiring a professional videographer, in-house photographer, it's $100,000. You might be able to hire a recent graduate, put 60 of that towards a salary, and then you have an in-house person with the skills And you don't need to worry about contracting or getting someone in because you have the person to do it. So there's a lot of things that this person could be doing with 100 grand. There's also maybe one or two things that they could do and make a big splash. But the fact that you're saying investing in video and B-roll, the fact that you're saying marketing overhauls, I think you know what you need to be doing. Contract a professional to do all of those things. That way when you get them back, it looks great. I'll leave a comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to get more real marketing advice, and we'll see you next time.